Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast for Tuesday, the 22nd. Thomas Miller on the road in the van, having fun. Oh, this is going to be great. First of all, I am excited today to announce that we now have a swag shop. Our Sarah Wakeman from our Facebook group, Fun Astrology Podcast listeners on Facebook, has been working on this for a while, and it is live now. So you can go to funastrology.com and just go down to the shop area, and you'll see a link to it. Everything we're doing around the podcast, coffee mugs, journals, T-shirts, a lot more coming, but this got us up and running, and I am just thrilled, and everybody is just loving it. So we're going to develop some astrology stuff. We just got it out and going now, but you keep checking back on that. Sarah, thank you so much, and we are excited about it. Also, don't forget to download the lunar calendar. If you haven't pulled that yet, that's also on funastrology.com. Now, several things we need to talk about, because number one, we have a 29-degree Leo sun today. That means that in the morning early, 5:01 Eastern Time, begins Virgo season. So in the context of these other aspects, keep in mind we have that 29-degree sun. But there is a lot of energy in the sky today. It begins early, before you are awake. If you're in the United States, the moon trines Saturn at 3:30 this morning. That's the kickoff. And then at 8:15, Venus squares Jupiter. We're going to come back to that one, but the two benefics are in a square today. There's that Leo, and of course, Venus is not moving itself out of Leo. It's in retrograde. So that retrograde Venus squares up to Taurus. We'll come back and talk about that more. Then this afternoon, 4:33 p.m. Eastern Time, Mars opposes Neptune. Now let's circle back and piece all of this together, because the first thing that we have to keep in mind is we are transitioning now out of Leo season. Not that those of you who are born today are not 29 degrees, very much still Leo, but as far as the transiting planets are going, but as far as the transits are concerned, what's affecting our lives today? The sun is transitioning. So what are we fading from? We're fading away from this accentuation of self. We've been living in this for the last month, right? It's all about you, Leo, Sun, Venus, retrograde, focusing on you. Well, now a piece of that is peeling off, and it's time to go inside the mind, looking at the analytical structures of our mind and making sure that they are in order. Virgo, Mercury, that's where the sun is looking today. And right in the middle of that, the two great benefics square each other. Venus in retrograde in Leo square to Jupiter in Taurus. Now, obviously, these two square each other a couple of times a year, right? But just to get a historical context, which I love to do, let's go back and look at a couple of other times that these two met. First of all, go back when Venus was in direct motion. Go back to June 11th of this year, just a couple of months ago. Now, that was because of the retrograde is why that's in there. But then go back to early December of last year. That's another time. Just reflect back. What happened during those times in your life? You might have to think about this. I'll give you one more. Let's go back to late July of last year. Again, these are times that you might need to sit with your journal and just be thinking about what was there. What was there that was pulling on me that I actually worked through, broke through? Was there something there? And it may or may not show up. But those are context evaluations that I love to do to see, well, what might be more likely to be in the space now. Obviously, there's a lot more that you have to look at. What signs were they in? How do they relate to your chart? But I love this tension that these two benefics, it's like they put this pull of tension and then the pop of if you break through the tension, what do you get from that? I look back at those couple of things and I can think of some areas where both were portals to the next phase of good. So have your antenna up for that today. What might be pulling on you, or what is some kind of tension? And remember, we have love, relationships, and money at the table here. Jupiter in Taurus. So what is that reflective inner analysis going on? It's all about you, Venus in retrograde, in Leo. As the sun is moving into Virgo, that's all about new structures. What kinds of new structures do you bring in? What might be some hurdles you have to clear If you have a money or relationship objective on the other side of that, go ahead and clear those hurdles. You've got it twice in the chart today. You have it with this square between the two benefics, and then you also have it this afternoon. Mars, well through actually that house of Mercury, Virgo, opposes Neptune. See, crash through the barrier. In other words, Mars is like, don't just do it, do it. What's the shadow side of Neptune? That which is holding you back. Maybe even, Virgo, in your own mind. And where is Mercury, by the way, getting ready to go retrograde from? That's right, home plate, Virgo. So this is all about the new structures that you are going to challenge, take on, even be willing to be a little bit risky, in order that on the other side of that square, you have both Jupiter and Venus on your side. Yourself transformed in some kind of way around those areas of Taurus. And it doesn't have to be a loving relationship with another human. It can certainly be with yourself, putting your own mask on before you help others. This is a little subtlety, but boy, is it a good one. Remember, I didn't spend a lot of time on this, but the moon is in that trine to Saturn today, so whatever you do with this has some lasting implications. Playing the positive side of the aspects, that's our highest timeline living. Remember, the coin has two sides. Oh, thank you guys for listening. I am going to keep the podcast coming this week, I hope all week. I've got a busy schedule, but we'll be in here early in the morning to knock these out. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you back tomorrow for Hump Day.